The DynaFlanger from Alexander Pedals is a very versatile modulation effect with a lot of different modes in it. And in this video, I'm going to show you what I think are the 5 coolest ways to use it. For starters, there's a dynamic mode where the strength of the flanger effect will respond to how hard you play. But I discovered that if you turn the resonance down and you turn the mix all the way up, there's a way to make it sound not like a flanger at all. Instead, it sounds like a pitch shift. It's a pitch shift you can control with the intensity of your playing, which is extremely cool. I'll put the exact settings for how to make it sound like this in the video description. Actually, I'm going to put the exact settings for every pro tip in this video in the video description. In the meantime, the last thing I want to say about pro tip number 1 is that in the example you're about to hear, I use the dynamic mode on both chords and single notes, but because the character of it is a little different for each of those, but they both sound cool. Pro tip number 2 is the DynaFlanger lets you pick your wave shape, and one of the options is random. I spent a bunch of time with this, and I'm going to play you what I think is the best sounding setting for using random. This might be my taste, but I went for fairly low depth and fairly high rate, so it ends up sounding really fast and jittery. By the way, if you want to buy this pedal, you can support my YouTube channel by using one of my affiliate links to make the purchase with perfectcircuit.com. I'll put all my affiliate links in the video description. Anything you buy using those links will give me a small commission. Money. Okay, for pro tip number 3, one of the modes in here is a combination flanger reverb. And I discovered that if you put the mix on maximum, but you put the reverb time on minimum, it has this really dreamy effect on the onset of all your notes. Now, at first, I just thought that was going to be the pro tip, but then I ran a pitch shifter set to a perfect 5th into that effect, and it sounded even more amazing. So the real pro tip here is to combine that sound with a pitch shifter set to a perfect 5th. The next pro tip is there's a mode that combines flanger and tremolo, but you can choose the wave shape of the tremolo, and one of the options is sawtooth wave, or maybe it's reverse sawtooth wave. In the pedal, they just call it down, but that's the pro tip. Use down. I believe that Sawtooth wave is one of the special tremolo waves. There's just something about it that brings in an artificial snappiness. It kind of reminds me of the Boss Slicer pedal, actually. There's just something good about it. And in this case, you can combine it with some flanging to make things even more unusual. And there's also a home recording bonus pro tip on this one, which is that if you use this setting, it sounds good if you just record directly out of the pedal, like no amp, no microphone. If you just set it up this way and record directly out of it, that has a vibe. All right, the last pro tip is another one of the wave shape options here is fixed. And if you choose fixed, the flanger won't move at all. But then what you can do is turn up the resonance and find the spot on the manual and depth knobs where the pedal will resonate in the key of whatever song you're playing. There's something about the way this pedal resonates that's cool. It sounds like mist or like a cloud. It sounds like you're in a cloud of musical information. It's just cool. So in the example you're about to hear, I was playing in D major and I set this up to like do its flanger resonance in the key of D. Basically, the way to do this is just put it in fixed, copy the settings I put in the video description, and then hunt across the range of the manual knob and the depth knob until it sounds like every time you play that note, the pedal starts to feed back.